Joining us now is a citizen who confronted Gavin Newsom. It is Rachel Darvish, mother, attorney, and Palisades resident. Rachel, welcome to the program. I'm very sorry for the loss.
Thanks, Charlie. Thanks for having me.
Rachel, let me begin by playing your tape here of you, a citizen, confronting someone who works for you, Gavin Newsom. God bless you for this. Play cut 153.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the
Why
call.
is the president not taking your call? Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
Let's just, Rachel, what are you going through and what was your reaction to Governor Newsom's dialogue with you?
It's so funny, Charlie. Every time I watch that, I think I get angrier and angrier. That's the honest truth. I see myself now as someone who really was looking to the person that you're supposed to look to in this time of tragedy and ask for help. And I think I would see a little bit of dismissiveness in his reaction. I'm disappointed. But I will say that after that, I was contacted. Someone did reach out to me, and we are speaking. We are in contact. I have a lot of concerns. I'm hoping that we do get them addressed. This is a fast-moving beast. The thing I was worried about 5 minutes ago changed 30 seconds later, and it went back to it. Then it changed it. There is so much going on right now. We need real guidance, and I'm not sure we have it in place.
Yeah. So let's just take a step back. Walk us through what you have gone through and just the scale of this tragedy.
The scale is, there is no scale. Let's just put it that way. There's no scale. I haven't seen anything like this. When I left, and the difficulty in leaving, and that's a whole other story, walking out with nothing and just getting into the car and leaving. You do that, and then you think at some point you're going to hopefully see a fire truck come up towards you. I didn't see a single fire truck. I didn't see a police officer. There were citizens redirecting traffic, attempting to. There was nowhere to go. There was nowhere for us to go. So it started with a lot of sadness, frustration, and it led to me wondering, where was the National Guard? Where were the people that were supposed to be there for us? And that's where, I thought if I talk to the governor, maybe we can at least have someone maybe you can talk to me, Governor. Tell me, and I can tell the people, you are really doing what you're supposed to do. You are really getting us the funding, the money. We're not going to have power. We're not going to have electricity. And there is so much governmental red tape that I think we're going to be up against. So, this all started because a news crew asked if I would, be interested in going to see whether my home was still there. And when we did drive through town, I asked if I could see if the preschool was there, and the governor happened to be there. It just, the coincidence of that was enormous. And I'm a mom. I think about that kid every single moment of the day, and I know my friends and the other fellow parents are exactly like I am. So the dismissiveness that I see every time I watch that, it disappoints me.
So, Rachel, I totally, as a father, I totally get that when you say that, 100%. Do you think, being a local, the California government did everything to prepare for this, given past tragedies, to make sure that the Palisades was ready for such disaster and also disaster response? Do you think you guys were adequately prepared?
I don't think I need to answer that question. I think the officials have answered that question for you. Every single necessary person, even the people in charge, even Governor Newsom, even our mayor, they've all told you that we were ill prepared. And they've all told you that they were told, or they knew, or should have known, or maybe we'll do it better next time. Or we just went through COVID. I mean, we had a mayor who ran on homelessness, right? We had a mayor who said she was going to take care of the homeless problem. She was going to deal with it holistically. Well, now we're going to have a whole new homeless situation that has a magnitude that outweighs whatever it was she was holistically trying to fix. So we went from one problem to something else. And I just know that pre-preparation, not from West Africa, would have meant that less homes would have burned down. It would have meant that less destruction happened. It meant that less kids would have had maybe one less school to go to. That's what would have happened. Preparation, we know what preparation does. It doesn't fix everything, but it does a lot. It does a lot. We know that. I don't know why our elected officials don't know that.
And Rachel, I'm not asking you to go deep into policy here, but here's the facts. California is the world's 5th largest economy. California is a $4 trillion state. And yet, with some of the wealthiest people on the planet that live in California or have businesses in California, and yet no water, no response. And this is not the first fire in the region. 2018, 2020, it seems that this happens every couple of years. So it just begs the question, do these leaders actually care about their citizens? I mean, this is a time of pain. I understand that. But what is your reaction to that?
Well, do they care? They care enough to want the Olympics here. You know, we care enough to want to have people come to our city, but we're not going to have a city for them to come to. We're not going to have, if these kinds of things are left unchecked, if we have elected officials that keep letting these things go up unchecked, who knows? Maybe we're not going to have the Olympics here in 5 years or a couple of years. It's just the list of things that are a result of this. Forget the displacement and all that. Even the people that have a house to go home to, we have nothing to go home to. There's nothing to go home to. There is no life to be had there. And the only people, the numbers you're referring to, the 5th largest economy, oh my God, what is that good for if you don't have water in your fire hydrants? Where is that money going? It went to Ukraine today, I think. But if we can find a way to bring people back to California with a D or an R, whatever it is, that part maybe we differ on. But I think we need to have qualified people who respect Californians, who respect the locals, and we don't have that right now. And it speaks for itself. Just look at the fact that an entire community was wiped out in such little time, and the response I got from the governor was what you saw. That's what we have to offer.
Just the final question. What is your plan? Do you plan to stay in the Palisades? Do you plan to stay in this community?
Great question. 4 a.m. this morning, that was the phone call that I was on with 3 other moms. We were trying to figure out, what is it we're going to do? Do we stay? For what? I don't know. Are the schools setting up a school for our kids to go to? Then the other problem is, with all of us who are displaced, there is going to be a shortage of space locally or near us. So we've got a lot of problems. And like I said, I would put all of those away. I wouldn't even care about where I live. I don't know what I'm going to tell the children. The children are future, as we know, and we're not giving it to them. We're not giving them the future that we promised them. And I think we can do so much better. Charlie, don't you?
I know you could do so much better. Rachel, thank you. I'm sorry for all of your pain and tragedy. I know many of your neighbors that no longer have homes, and it is just a terrible situation. Rachel, thank you so much.